Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, so let's get ready to spill some tea. It's going to be political today. Yeah, I've been kind of switching it up, but I know I've been doing a lot more of the dating nightmares because, I don't know, it's just really interesting how a lot of those, well, I think they're monsters. Some of you guys might disagree. I will be doing more of the is he a monster episodes later on or whatever, but politics have been a hot mess. But anyway, I think it's just really interesting how after COVID and everything, when I would tell a guy that I'm a Democrat, a liberal, progressive, how like I would a lot of them, all of a sudden, I would find out they're moderates and conservatives. And that's why I ask right off the bat, or in my dating profiles, I say, I do not date orange guys, supporters, or whatever, because they would call me the R word and stupid and imbecile, Jim Crow, a slave, the N word, the C word, the B word, almost every like awful word you can say. And some of them on purpose with some of the apps, once you write them and you don't reply, they automatically have to wait 30 to 90 days depending on the app to in order to write you again. Some of these men for about 2.5 to 3 years, every 2 months would write me. And sometimes it would just be hello, because they just wanted me to know like I'm around. I'm going to troll you. But then they wanted to surprise me with oh, Joe Biden's nothing but a blah blah blah. I can't wait for him to um whatever in prison, and it's like, oh, he just this and he's just that. Ha ha ha. But who's hiding the Epstein like files and stuff now? Who's going to the prison to talk to like his partner in crime? Not like, oh, I don't know. It's just really interesting. But with politics and everything, it's just amusing because a lot of the men, like I over 500 screenshots and screenshots of different situations. I probably have more than that 500, but it's just a lot of them. What did Biden do for you? What did he like do to you? He get like the orange guy gave us money. He gave us freedom. He's giving us freedom of speech and choice and stuff. Like it's just like, okay, what other than Newsmax or Fox News? Like, what are you watching? It's like, are you watching? Oh, like I'm terrible with names. You guys already know, but that one quote unquote comedian who loves putting down black women. He is pale complexion, but I think he's like he might be Italian. He's like black hair and stuff like that, but he has his own YouTube channel and he has his own crew of guys who just nod and laugh at whatever they say at whatever he says. And they had the interview with the orange guy. And recently he was like, oh, everyone says I voted for this. I didn't vote for any of this. Yes, you did. It's like if you haven't been like, and that's the funny thing. And yes, I'm going on tangents. Like my channel is as messy as my life. The people who have the nerve to say that either they voted for him, but they didn't vote for this, they have not been paying attention. And the same black woman that to me a fool talked about, laughed at, mocked, and everything. The same black women who people just said, oh, they just want to blame it on racism. They just want to blame this. Oh, it's like they're just lazy. They're just who was right. All the like, yeah. It's like other than yeah, Candace Owens, she's on her own boat. Like, I mean, we're on a cruise ship. She's doing her own like she can be on her own yacht enjoying herself. She's enjoying that lawsuit right now. But anyway, with a lot of the guys on the dating apps and stuff, it appears that they don't want to be anywhere near my. Well, I'll stay on the ship metaphor and like symbolism and everything because hardly any of them write me now. They all dodge me. And it's like crickets. and it's peaceful. I'm not used to the peacefulness. I'm used to waking up on almost every day, but especially the weekends when they have more time or whatever, or they have no dates or women to entertain or whatever on their days off or whatever. So then they torment and troll me because they have nothing else to do in their lives. And so I wake up and I open it. How stupid are you? Oh, you're vaccinated? I hope you eliminate yourself from. Oh, I hope you get a blood clot. Oh, you're good for nothing. Oh, did you know that you're only Biden's slave? Like, this is the stuff they would write. And it's just, oh, okay. I was like, and yes, this is a political episode, and yes, I'm on tangents, but all of that to say, it's funny how now some people, especially those Republican pale males, a lot of them are now saying, this is not what I voted for. And then some of the moderates are saying, this is not what I voted for. And some of the people who did not vote what with the election with Hillary Clinton, but then they voted with Biden. Like, yeah, it's funny. They'll vote when it's a man. They won't vote for a woman or a person of color and woman, stuff like, yeah. It's kind of, I see a pattern. And I was like, I'm surprised, but not surprised. Like, there's different reasons why I'm surprised and not surprised. Because part of me is like, if we already had this orange guy in office once, shouldn't you have learned your lesson? And so to me, it's like, you got exactly what you asked for because you asked for this the first time you didn't vote. So now you wanted a repeat. You wanted this again. And there's so many other things I want to say to different demographics of you got exactly what you asked for, especially some of the demographics right now. They want us to, oh, let's team together. We have to come together as a people and all. Like, we said that before the election. And people kept saying, well, he's done nothing for us. Oh, those who went to college, you might want to change your words right now. Because what's the orange guy doing? He's taking away the SAVE Act, and even with the income driven, I hear that it's like, because with my student loans, I'm especially having a disability and my situation right now, I'm nervous. I'm terrified, but I'm glad throughout the entire time I've been making, like, I've been chipping off and everything and making sure I pay off the base and not just the interest and stuff like that. But I did it at a pace that I could do, something where I didn't have to choose between food or medications or like any of the treatments or things that I need or like that are a need or whatever. And it's just kind of frustrating because I want it to work, but a lot of some of you guys call it DEI. You have no idea how it feels to be black and apply for jobs, have a disability and apply for jobs, be a woman and apply for jobs, and it's funny because a lot of the Caucasian women who used to be like, yeah, you're DEI, you're DEI, then they got laid off because then they found out they were DEI. Then they found out that the reason most of them got into college is because they are women. I just think it's hilarious and funny and amusing because they should have been the pale women should have been looking at themselves in the mirror the entire time. Whenever they say DEI, they should have looked at themselves in the mirror. And they do not realize how many of these employers didn't want to hire them either. Even if they were applicable, even if they were more qualified. Because yeah, I've even met, like, I've heard Caucasian women say, "Oh, that means I wasn't qualified." Oh my God, that doesn't mean, and like, you can be the most qualified, and jobs aren't going to hire you because they don't want to hire women. You can be the most qualified, but they don't want to hire black or people of color. You can be the most qualified, but they don't want to hire someone with a disability. It's like that. They don't get the isms yet. They don't get the bigotry yet. Or they're too busy swimming in the bigotry that they don't notice when someone's being bigoted towards them. And that's amusing. And that's like, you could just tell how, with a lot of the MAGA, a lot of the Republicans, a lot of the conservatives, they have allowed themselves to be used to the point where now they're a cult. And but now it's like they've allowed themselves to be used to a point where for some of them it's still not clicking. It's still not clicking with what's going on within this nation. And some of them are still not scared. They're still claiming that the orange guy is playing like 3D, 4D, 5D chess and all this mess. I keep hearing all this garbage. And then even this past week, they want to say that we're obsessing over a Gene commercial. I'll talk about that in another episode. But for me, I'm just like, black women are like, look at the beauty market. Look at how they've seen black women throughout all of the years. Look at how they still talk, like conservatives still claim that Mrs. Obama is a monkey and a man and all of this other stuff. It's like, and look at how a lot of them, whenever black women get certain positions or modeling or beauty, whatever, DEI, DEI, she's not even pretty, she's not beautiful, look at her. It's like, oh, and then, but then when it's a Kardashian that adds on or has African American beauty traits or whatever, then they go gaga, then they go like just, like, they basically go nuts over that. Yeah, because like they want some of our structure, they want some of our like genetics in certain areas, the behind areas especially, but they don't want, oh, and they want the tan skin. They don't want a permanent tan. They want the tan skin, but not the permanent tan. They don't want the type of tan where the police will keep pulling you over or trying to like accuse you of doing something just because of the color of your skin. They don't want that. They don't want that. So, like with the whole Sweeney commercial, whatever, it's like, I know with black women, we're just kind of like, what's new? It's like, because yeah, she said the color of our eyes and the color of her hair, like part of it's like, okay, yeah, like there's hints of jeans and jeans. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. So what? Yeah, we're used to this, whatever. What I like, and they were like, oh, it's a real woman. It's a real, like, okay, yeah, mm-hmm, yeah. She's beautiful. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So, but anyway, I was like, and I might not do an episode on it because that's just gonna give MAGA more like, oh yeah. It's like, and I know how, like, yeah, I don't market or anything, so I know not that many people watch or listen or whatever, but they, if they ever listen to that episode, like, see, she talked about it, see, they care. And I would just talk about the history of beauty and the European and American standards of beauty and how they mocked and teased and dehumanized women within the industry, and how even with TV, how they shaped us and misfigured us and things like that. So, but yeah, all of that to say, they use us to the best of their capabilities. They dehumanize us, and we're used to it. But it's funny now who's getting used. Because, yeah, as a country, we're getting used, but like those who knew who to vote for, yeah, I feel. I feel like our wallets are getting used, but our brains aren't getting used. So, because okay, let's spill some tea. Let's spill some tea. Because with all these guys with the dating nightmares and that I've shown you, and I'm going to show you so many more, a lot of them do not realize what's going on. Because again, like when they say that Biden didn't do anything, I just gave one example, but he's done so much. And a lot of the things that he's done, the orange guy is taking away and tearing down. And it's kind of funny how some people are like, why are we losing this? Oh, Biden did that. This is going away. Oh, Biden did that. And so I think it's really funny how you didn't pay attention before, and Fox News didn't want to give him credit for all of the stuff he was doing. They kept acting like he was just asleep on the job. Uh-huh. Yeah. Now what do you want to, like, with some of the people, I want to be like, now what do you want to say now? Now, what do you want to say now? Without gaslighting or anything like that. What, like, and yes, a lot of the people who, like, a lot of MAGA conservatives and stuff, they didn't go to college, so they don't have to worry about the scholarship and everything. But there's so many other things that he has done, especially when it comes to Medicare, Medicaid, and health insurance for those who couldn't afford it, like trying to help fix the with the Obamacare and stuff. Because when President Obama was in office, the Republicans voted against it. It's like, and they had to tear it down to the point where it was only fragments of what Obamacare was supposed to be in the first place. A lot of people don't know that though. They don't know that the Republicans, yeah, they're the reasons why it was not as great as it could have been, as it should have been. And a lot of times, like a lot of the things that they're like, see, we got this, we got that. Republicans voted it down, but it passed because of Democrats. But yeah, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. But I will say they're getting used because okay, let me just list off some of the things because oh, Scotland trip. That Scotland trip. $10 million that cost us. But it's like a lot of people aren't realizing, a lot of MAGAs not realizing. Every time Trump goes golfing or leaves or whatever, he goes to his properties. So we are literally paying him to go vacation. We're paying him to go golfing. We are paying him to go to his own resorts. And that one trip in like Scotland, $10 million. We paid him. Like all of the money that went towards his resort, that we paid him. So every time he goes to Florida, we are paying him. And a lot of people do not. It's like, and with Mr. No Heart's family is I just remember the debates and how I had to pull it up on my cell phone, the false, like just the false and the lies within what they were saying. But they kept saying the orange guy, he didn't take his check. He didn't take his presidential check. He's the hell, he's such a giving man. He's such a great man. Even if that was the case, it's probably because he was gonna get millions of dollars from our government anyway while taking away Medicare and Medicaid from other people. I'm going to keep bringing that up while I say all the ways that he's using our country, our government dollars, and the people that reside in it. But yeah, it's like I know. Oh, especially his mother. She would not stop leaving me alone. She could, well, it's the truth. And so I took out my cell phone. I was typing in my phone because I was like, these fools. Oh my gosh. And this is one reason why my ex told me I was no longer allowed to talk about politics with them anymore, even though I never brought up politics with them. They would, like, it got to the point where, okay, before he said that, they would come up to me while he was in the room or whatever. And it's like he would watch. He wouldn't even defend me. He wouldn't tell them to stop or leave me alone because, like, sometimes when I was saying some of the political things and things that the Republicans voted down, and it's like, and they were like, that's not true. And then I would pull it up on my phone and then show them. And one time when the oldest brother, he wanted to grab my phone from like, but it was like kind of an anger thing. Like it looked like he might have thrown my phone if he had gotten to it or whatever. But I remember so, like my ex was watching, so that made him stop or whatever. But after I proved that, no, actually, I think there was one more time, like something else happened. But especially when I proved that the orange guy did take his check, oh, his mother didn't talk to me for at least another hour or two. It wasn't until I was like, yeah, I'm going into the guest room. I'm tired of them. And talking politics with people who are poorly educated is just, it's exhausting. Like, I was exhausted. And so, anyway, it's just, whew, just talking to them was just, and the fact that so many of them till this day still think that during both terms, because there was another guy in the date, like one of the, I think I had a screenshot. Do I? Yeah, I think I do have a screenshot of one of like a couple of the guys telling me he didn't even take his paychecks, and it's like, are you that dumb? Are you really the stuff? Okay. Oh my gosh, really? But okay. I need some more examples because people are like, he's not using, like, okay, what about his Bitcoin? Him and his wives, they both have Bitcoins. And what did he do? He decided to have that fancy dinner for, I think it was like the top 10 or top 20 people, but then that dinner looked like a plate of Play-Doh or whatever. It just looked like some kids went to the kitchen, or they had like the kitchen version of the Play-Doh kit or whatever, and they molded up some food and put it on a plate. That's kind of what it looks like, whatever. But it's like, this is to share their secrets and everything like that. Oh, and another example that I almost for, like I mentioned in another episode, but they're starting a club. Yeah, and it's $500,000 entry fee. But then you're going to be able to talk to the political people in this private club. And it's like, so I'm thinking like millionaires, billionaires, or large corporate companies owners are going to be able to talk to the people that are going to be voting. I repeat, that's going to be voting. So I don't know if they're going to get money under the table or whatever, but I mean, that's just my guess. I'm not accusing, but part of me is just like, okay, what the like when they mentioned that, I'm like, yeah, okay. But and I know they're trying to make that whole rules about buying like the stocks and everything like that. But part of me is just like, knowing the orange guy, they're gonna figure out something else, or maybe make another meme coin or whatever. But with the meme coin, so many people lost thousands of dollars, thousands of dollars. But then also with all of the things that he's making and selling, or he's not making, but either China or some like companies making, whatever. But the watch that, I think there was like even a misspelling on it, and then, oh, what out, like there was so many items that, and then they're making the cell phone, and yeah, it's like there's two or three other items that they're making. And oh, well, I mean the shoes and stuff, but that was before the election. I'm thinking mostly of things that happened right around this time. But it's just like, it's almost like, oh my gosh, if I say this they might actually do it, but like it's like a orange man shopping network. And it's like, oh, now you can get the orange guy's shoes, and oh, you can get the orange guy's cell phone, and you can get like all of the stuff he has like made and sold or whatever. But then also the plane, once they get the plane, it's going to be in his library, but then he's just going to take it and use it for himself. But then also, but then, and how many millions and billions of dollars is this going to cost? But then he took away health care for how many people? But then they destroyed how much food that could have been given as aid. How many prenatal pills and stuff for women did they like destroy? And how many thousands of dollars did that take to destroy, when they could have donated that and given it? But they didn't want to help. But yeah. Oh, but oh, and then the ballroom. How much is the ball? Oh, before I get to the ballroom though, it's like that parade. He's gonna take away healthcare. He's gonna take away healthcare from thousands, millions of people, and then he's gonna tell these people, in order to get your healthcare, you're gonna have to work on farms, and you're gonna have to pick crops or whatever to earn it. But then they spent how much money on this parade, supposedly for, the National Army and Stuff Day. But it was ironically on his birthday. Okay, but then even with the ballroom, I think they said that's going to be $200 million for this. And other presidents in the past said that they wanted to, but it was going to be too costly. And I heard someone else mention this, but they were just like, and I agree, because when I first heard about this, and I'm like, by the time it's done, it's like with the plane and with the ballroom. As president, he's hardly gonna have time. But then I have to remember Project 2025. He wants to be a dictator, and MAGA conservatives helped him. And some of them, like that one guy in that whole debate, like, oh, he was smiling cheek to cheek, but then he lied and said, I got fired. Like, Maybe he got fired again, but then they said he got fired in January. But he was so proud and happy to say, like, those guys are still clapping. They love to see people tortured and having to worry and living in pain. They love it, they're enjoying it. And there was just a study showing how a lot of MAGA and conservatives and Orange Guy supporters, they love the bullying, they love the dehumanizing, they love the torture, they love how people are not happy. That they voted for, that's exactly what they voted for. So for the pale male or conservative podcasters who are now claiming, I didn't vote for that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And your demographic, the people you talk to, the demographic that you've been entertaining, that is what they voted for. And you helped them, you encouraged them to vote for it. Because either you think you're a journalist but you're not, and then you're tacky, terrible, awful questions. And then it's like you don't want to dig into topics that are just important and things that'll help America move forward. You don't care about that. You want the entertainment, you want the numbers, you want the money. You cared more about the money and the power within your entertainment bracket than you did for humanity. So you voted exactly for this. Your dollars, you voted for the dollars in your pocket. That's what you voted for. You didn't care about the rest of humanity. That this is what you voted for. And so for a lot of the guys who are now trying to take step back, sorry, I'm just no, this is what you wanted. This is what you, and oh, that one YouTuber now fighter, Paul, or is his name Paul? Like I said, like, I mean, I know he has a brother or whatever too, but I'm talking about the fight or whatever. He did that hour-long speech about the orange guy's good, he's great, and Kamala just blah, 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 blah. And I haven't really heard anything from him. And wasn't one of the people he was supposed to fight against, didn't he get sent back home? I think that's what, yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting. And now they are creating whites only towns. But then some of these white people have the nerve to say, well, they have their, like, no, no, no. It's like the education system in this country is appalling. It's disgusting and awful and terrible. Because people who try to claim that there are black only towns, like, you're lying. No. And also when there in history, when there were black towns, maybe not even black only, because like black people, we're welcoming. We welcome everybody. But it's like all of the times they were like, and I've said this so many times in so many episodes. The drowned cities, there's over 15 drowned cities around America. I have in other episodes, I have the articles and the research and everything for you to look at. But it's like, and then the massacres and just the injustices and how every time black people were on the come up and getting themselves together, they destroyed it because they didn't want us. It's like, and that's one thing that a lot of these no good MAGA people, it's like they just want to keep saying, black people are the problem. They're this, they're that. And it's just like, do you know our history? Do you know every time that we were coming up and developing our own towns and having money and getting ourselves together and everything like that, the white people came and destroyed it. They came and destroyed it because they didn't want us to have anything. They didn't want us to be in peace. They didn't want us to have anything for ourselves. But they don't want to teach that history. And then even now with the cancer belt, I've talked about the cancer belt in so many other episodes, so go catch up. But it's like we have people trapped in homes where they want to move, but no one else will buy their house, and they can't afford to just buy another house. And it's like, and especially now with their health bills, because some of them are getting cancer because of the toxins in the factories nearby. And it's just like, but then we're taking health care away. It's like buying $200 million ballrooms, like $10 million trips to Scotland, and then starting the meme coins and having those fancy dinners and then the airplane. And it's just one thing after another after another. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.